Following a tough loss on Saturday, South Carolina responded with an 8-2 win over Wofford on Tuesday in Spartanburg in the Gamecocks' first midweek game of the year. And this game started with the starting pitcher, Connor Ciccoli, who pitched a really exceptional outing. Lasted 5 innings, gave up 1 run, and struck out 4 with no walks. He got himself into a little bit of trouble in the early going. On his second pitch of his outing, he gave up a solo home run that landed in the right field bullpen, and then got into a little bit of a jam with 2 infield singles that put him in a tough spot with 2 outs, but he was able to get the final out of the first inning on a strikeout looking, and then from there pitched really solid to a point where Maneri even thought about bringing him back out for a 6th inning with about 62 or 63 pitches on his line, but sticking with the same formula that he had for his weekend starters. The maximum amount of pitches he was likely going to throw was going to be 70 pitches. So since he was around that point, that's where his night came to an end. And he gave South Carolina everything they could have asked for on the mound. And that in turn led to the Gamecocks having a much better night offensively. Don't have the specific runners in scoring position stats on hand, but you could tell that they hit a lot better with men on base. Maneri was even talking with the media post-game just about how in Monday's practice, the team was working a lot more on those runners in scoring position situations, and that led to a much better night where they did have 10 hits and 8 runs and 2 long balls, both of which came in the 9th inning. Talmadge Lecroy hit his first home run of the year, a long solo home run that landed on the left field berm. And then shortly after that, KJ Scobie one-upped him with a mammoth 2-run homer that probably almost cleared where the berm ended out in left field. So a really good night for South Carolina offensively. It wasn't amazing by any means, but again, the 2 home runs definitely helped even things out a little bit when earlier on some of their runs were coming by way of Wofford making some defensive miscues, and in that situation they did take advantage of those mistakes. So South Carolina moves to 3-1 on the year, and we'll be back at home tomorrow taking on Gardner-Webb with first pitch at 4 p.m. on SEC Network Plus. Once again, South Carolina beats Wofford 8-2 here on Tuesday night in Spartanburg. For GamecockCentral.com, I'm Jack Veltri.